Welcome time has begun. The ball is rolling. The ball is spinning. But irregardless, I haven't been doing a thing. Do you even remember what I look like? If I shave it off, do I just disappear? Am I fooling around? Am I supposed to be talking about Nibiru? This year is on a countdown, not a count up. We're not going up. We're counting down. We just ended 2015 years. This is the beginning of the 2015 plus 2, not minus 2 towards next year. Towards next year is next year, but as for a number, when we end the next 366 days, 5 days, and regardless of whichever way you have the perception of choosing, you will have ended 2016 years. Where do I start? Where do I go? DNA connected to the box of time that man rides the top hat of the communication of the hat of where he plays on the baseball diamonds, but he runs through the space of spears? Why do I talk mumbo jumbo? Why is it all upside down? We must catch small elements. Here is the first small element. In 1999, George Carlin was called on to CPAC. He did his little routine, and at the end he says, I have something new. And he started talking about the network communications internet, saying I'll be ready in a nanosecond. Irregardless of the words he chose, he was preparing for the future. He was talking about satellites. He was talking about how they were going to control the internet. He was talking about all these great things. But the greatest thing of all is what I saw that was really nuts. And I'm going to go back a couple of pages. And it was all about the Pope and football. Somehow inside his lingo, or what he was preparing to do on stage, he had wanted to bring something up about the Pope and football. But I am not a comedian. I do not know how the network works, and if he does it all on its own, or does he get any help of what he's allowed to and not allowed to, because obviously there's things we cannot continue into because we are not allowed by a choice of another. For what reason? Because it's words we choose to speak someone don't like. They don't like those words, and you can't say it. But you got to be polite and understand in front of a child. As a child is growing, they get a special education. All children get special education. But all adults, they had their special education. What happened? So let's go on. Pope and football, the sphere. 613 laws of Moses, 6 points for a touchdown, 1 point for a field goal, for an extra point, 3 points for a field goal. 1 kick, 1 runner, 1 pass. Not rugby, but football. The pass or the run crossing the line for 6. The ball falling on the ground, an interception by the other team, losing the ball again in the end zone, with your team falling on top of it again as a touchdown. 365 days, or 365 which ways of laws of the Moses, and 248. Space, the cat, area, passage, and time. 2, 4, and 8. Why no 6? Because 2, okay, is either going to be on the left side of time, or it's going to be on the right side of time of the digital dots. Those digital dots, although you see them in circles, these circles go inside another circle, and those 2 circles touch together, creating the 8, connecting the 2 gates that connect them together. Once they get and touch together and overlink, okay, here is your 8. This corner and this corner are now 1. So if you have 4 seats around 90 degrees and 4 seats around 90 degrees, now you got 6 seats. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 seat here and 1 seat here, sitting on the in between the 2 tables. And you can rotate them in the middle because they each got a 12-hour clock. But the 24-hour clock is what turns this way. You put the pi area, or not the pi at all, but what many seem to forget, the reality is what you can do with your time, and you end up having your fleur-de-lis. Let's do it another way. Fleur-de-lis. How's everybody doing? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. There you go. Okay, you got that. You got that. And you've got that. There you go. We got a fleur-de-lis. Couple of birds, eh? Couple of birds, right? Couple of birds. Put a little beak at the end of the bird. Put a little beak at the end of the bird. See my beak? Because that's what they call it. Beacon is the calling of one. Anyways, to go on to what I wanted to talk about. So he said he wanted to talk about the Pope and football, and they said, no, you have to talk about the Pope and baseball because it's inside the park home run. But in football, you got to cross the end zone. My cat has a hairball reading inside of her. So it was very special. Baseball versus football, the round ball versus the actual round ball inside the football that we do not see, that must be thrown perfectly round in order for it to either loop over itself or to get passed into the end zone. You're carrying the center of the ball by the edges. Edging, carrying the two edges, balancing the center of the ball. This year, I've been looking how we came to Earth. Let's deposit the eggs. They showed us a rabbit. The only reason they showed a rabbit and a turtle is because the communication within the sands and the rabbit ears, how they communicate. You do know 622.6, right? 2662? 2662? Oh, Jesus Christ.